assistance from the governments to help with the financing. The banks and the governments need to work together to help these companies finance it. The issues that most of these modular companies have that don't succeed is cash flow problems, right? And steady workflow. So again, we're in a housing crisis. We need homes. There's no excuse for a modular company to not have work on their floor. Plain and simple. I had our local MP in here when we were delivering that Helen Keller job, and he was sitting right here in this office, and there was modules flying by us in the parking lot. And I said to Larry Brock, I said, Larry, this should happen every single day. There's no reason why we're not doing this 360 days a year. And he said, I absolutely agree with you. And this is back to financing. We need to get those projects greenlit. We need to get those permits issued, right? So yeah, it is a successful industry when done properly with the right help. You just need to do it carefully because it's not as easy as it looks.
Let's go!
I'm taking her home with me.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
David Prang from the Chamber of Commerce Brantford Brant speaks with community members about events and organizations that impact the city of Brantford and the county of Brant. Chamber TV, Thursdays at 6:30 p.m., right here on Rogers TV.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
In sports, the countdown is on for the Eli Palfreyman tournament. This year features a record number of teams participating starting on Wednesday, August 20th. Darren Stevenson has more.
For us, it's great that Eli's being honored and remembered with this tournament, and it continues to go on, and there's great hockey in his name.
This is the 4th year for the Eli Palfreyman Memorial Tournament, and the co-host Ayr Centennials will be looking to defend the title when the tournament starts on Wednesday, August 20th.
And this one's for you, Eli. Ayr's gonna take it for the first time in their franchise history, the 3rd year of this tournament. How fitting that Stover pots the game sealer.
Opening night features a showdown between the Sens and the Cambridge Redhawks at the North Dumfries Community Centre.
We all know that Eli lived and breathed hockey to his last moment, literally. So he would want this. He would want people to remember him by playing what he loved and bringing great hockey with great teams, and he would be honored that it's still going on year after year and people are celebrating him and celebrating the sport that he loved.
We're honored that the Centennials and St. Andrews College are hosting the tournament. There's so many people to thank, and of course the executive, the Barrys, the EBs, Kathy, the Sharons, all those people. Without them, this doesn't happen. They sacrifice a lot of their own time to make sure it happen, and we really appreciate that in Eli's memory. And of course, Adam Financial, the second year coming back, being a primary sponsor of the tournament is fantastic. They're part of our family too.
This tournament is far from exhibition. It is hit the ground running. The teams are coming to win. It's just like when Eli played for us. This tournament is the Eli Palfreyman tournament, and it is the style of play is the way Eli played. Never gave up, grit, determination.
This year's tournament will see 8 teams competing with 5 from the GOJHL, the Centennials, the Red Hawks, the Stratford Warriors, the Strathroy Rockets, and the Caledon Bombers. Other teams include St. Andrews College, the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins, and the First Assist Trappers.
Oh, tick-tock, boom!
Can't imagine doing this without all the volunteers that put in so much time for this event. We're on the ice from Wednesday all the way to Sunday. Every team is in this building on Sunday. We have a huge 50-50 going all day on Sunday, so one big prize. We have a barbecue going Sunday morning for breakfast and for lunch, making sure that everybody gets out to support that. Funds from the barbecue will be going towards the Eli Palfreyman Scholarship Fund. We need to raise money for that as well. So this is a huge event for us. We're so excited about it. I can't even, begin to thank all the people who are involved in this event.
Have you ever thought about just how much politics you speak about just in your own kitchen or in your living room? Or how many important ideas are shared or solutions to some of the world's biggest problems? Well, you're in luck, because I'm inviting some of my friends to come and speak to me about everyday politics, and I'm bringing my living room to you. So join me on Wednesday evenings from 6 until 7 for Everyday Politics with Laura May Lindo.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
As I looked upon the battlefield in front of me, a German star shell lit up the desolate landscape. I watched as a bullet smashed through the bridge of my nose and left me to the mercy of the darkness. I worried I would be dependent on others for the rest of my life. But Sir Arthur Pearson and the staff of St. Dunstan's had other plans. With their help, I knew I could be self-reliant, and I wanted to bring this idea home to Canada. I wanted Canadians to know that we could hold jobs, that we could contribute, that regardless of sight, all would read, that we, the blind, would shape our own lives, our own destiny.
Blinded by a sniper's bullet in 1915, Edwin A. Baker went on to co-found the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, shaping a path forward for the blind across Canada for generations to come.
Finally for us, in our continuing series of stories with the Cambridge Fire Department. This time we look at suppression training. Firefighters undergo rigorous training to sharpen their skills. Our camera was there to capture the training.
So the purpose of the Mobile Live Fire Training Unit is to provide live fire training opportunities for career and volunteer fire departments, to assist fire departments in training their fire suppression staff in hose management and interior fire suppression in low visibility conditions and cramped quarters, which assists with hose management. Think about the furnace in your house. It operates at about 60 to 80,000 BTUs an hour. So the way this trailer is designed is there are 4 burn props. There's a burn prop at the front of the trailer, at the back of the trailer, on the ceiling of the first floor, and on the second story, which is in that raised section that you see behind me. So each of those props, if we lit them all together at the same time, operate at 6.8 million BTUs, which gives us the opportunity to create heat, live fire in different areas, and simulate a rollover fire so that firefighters can recognize it and can recognize it early and fight it when it's starting. And then we have the last prop on the second floor, which is a smaller unit. But all of them burn very, very quickly. And we also take away all visibility with high output smoke machines so that they're operating in near zero visibility. And just to make it more challenging, we'll put mannequins in there for them to do a search. So not only do they have the fire hazard, the zero visibility, there could be 1, 2, or even 3 victims in there that they have to find. And we also create mazes with portable walls to make it that much more challenging. So they may have to crawl under barriers, around barriers. We have lots of variety by shifting walls. We have a door that will lock that they have to pry in zero visibility. So they're timed by the air they have in their cylinder and the task that they're given for the training scenario. So they are in full PPE with their respirators on, and their air cylinder is their time limit, right? They're sent in to do a task. It could be a basement fire where they're entering on the second story and going down, right? And there will be mannequins that they have to search for and find, and they have to do that with the air that they're carrying, but also building in a safety margin so that they're not running out of air doing it.
That's our show for this edition of Your Region This Week. Thanks for watching. I'm Andy Carroll Woolery. See you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
In baseball, there's nothing more important than making it home.
George Springer has tied the game.
Doesn't matter how you get there.
It's gone!
But I do it with style.
Boy, has he got some kind of power.
And a little swagger, too.
Because no matter where you happen to be,
what a play!
There's only one place.
Got it!
Jays fans call home.
Sportsnet.
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lions TV Bingo here on Rogers TV. Hope you had a great week. Looking forward to 5 exciting bingo games. First things first, last week's full card winner was a young lady named Beverly Peterson, who purchased hers at Mum's Variety in Paris. Congratulations, Beverly. Won the entire $3,500 prize board. Then the security code, that's the number punched for the package you received from the merchants. This week is the number 2. Be sure that's the one you got in there. Then we do the rules that are governed by the Ontario Gaming Commission. And first, I'd like you to take a look at that www.rogerstv.com/Lions TV Bingo site. That's the place to go if you want to find out where you can buy Lions TV Bingo cards, or if you want to stream our show on your computer, that's the place to go. And also can tell you where the winners are and so on, that kind of good information. Also, if you just stick at that www.rogerstv.com site, that alone, you can find out all the other great programming right here on Rogers TV. The package you receive from the merchant consists of 5 different cards. They will all have a specific shape for each game we're going to play. So one will have an L shape and an I shape, and I'll remind you each time what shape each card is going to have. If you think you've got a winning card, please phone 1-866-808-0215, and please, please bring the card you're playing with you to the phone. You've got to tell us the number in the free space so we can declare whether or not that is indeed a good bingo. Here's basically how we do it. Let's say we're playing on the third card in our group, which happens to be the small O game. And somebody at home thinks they've got a good bingo after I've called 30 numbers. Sure enough, they phone 1-866-808-0215. They tell us the number in the free space, and they are indeed correct. That is a winner. At that point, a 10-minute window opens up for other people to call in and declare a bingo. So if within that 10-minute window, now that's the absolute rule, if with a 10-minute window somebody else phones in and says they also bingoed on the 30th number, the computer confirms it, then those two people would share the prize board equally. However, it isn't necessarily the first person who phones in who's actually the bingo winner. It's the person who bingos on the earliest number called. So again, within that 10-minute window, somebody else phones in and says, gosh, they bingoed on the 29th number, and the computer confirms it, then they take precedence, and I'm afraid the two people who phoned in earlier are just out of luck. It's the way we have to do it because of the nature of the phone system. Okay, those are the general rules we have for our show. Let's take a look at the rules we have for our very first game we're going to play, which is the L game. The L game is the first playing a card in your series, so it's everything under the B and across the bottom of the board. Notice there's a top and a bottom for each one, which means twice as many chances of winning. Prize board for the L game is $500. So let's load up the machine and play the L game. Here we go. And the first number up is a G53. G53. Our next number is an 070. 070. 070. And an I-22. I-22. And then an N-32. N-32. B number 6, B number 6. And a G60, G60, G60. N42, N42. And an O69, O69. G57, G57. Another G, this one the half-century mark, G50, G50, G50. And an N45, N45. B number 7, B number 7. And an O73. O73. O64. O64. And an I-19. I-19. N34. N34. And an O63. O63. I-28. I-28. And my favorite vitamin, good old B12 again. B12. And after my favorite vitamin, what comes along my favorite number in all of bingo? I-27. I-27. N39 is our next number, N39. And an N35. N35. G55. G55. And a G46. G46. G59. G59. And an O72. O72. Now it's time for the quarter century mark with I-25. I-25. B number 2. B number 2. And an I-29. I-29. And an O65. O65. B number 3. B number 3. G58. G58. And an N31. N31. N38. N38. And B14. B14. I-24. I-24. And an I-20. I-20. N41. N41. Got a phone call coming in. Let's see if we got a winner. I would like that. Okay, we have a winner. We have a winner, and the winner is on I-24. So I'm afraid N41 is out and I-20 is out. It's the number before that. I-24. Good stuff. Now, unless you're a winner on that game, get rid of the first card, don't need it anymore. Turn to the second one in your group, which of course is the I game. And you'll see the I is outlined on the paper, top and the bottom card. Prize board is $500, so let's load up the machine and play the I game. Here we go. First number up that counts is 17. 17. And the next one is the winner from the previous game. 24. 24. Next one is 22. 22. The very first 3D film, by the way, was created on this date in 1922. Yep, they had 3D films way back in 1922. Fascinating. I didn't realize they had them then. Okay, here's the penultimate number. 29. 29. it is. Here's the fifth number. Hopefully it's going to win somebody $500. 19. 19. So if you've got 17, 19, 22, 24, and 29, a yellow bingo card, phone 1-866-808-0215. Please bring that iGame card with you. Hard for me not to say the colors, I'll tell you. I've had those colors in my head for the last 30-odd years. I would think it's going to be a bit of a while before I change and start talking about just the shapes. Got a phone call coming in. That's good. I hate to call that sixth number because then we get so many winners. The people upstairs go crazy over the phones. Yep. And we got a winner. Gosh darn, that's even better. So we're going to take a little bit of a break right now and let the phones get caught up and all that sort of jazz. And we'll be gone in a couple of minutes, give or take. See you soon. Back, ready to go on the third game in our group, which of course is the small O game. And we play the small O game is only I's, N's, and G's count in this particular game, and only those touching the free space. So prize board, of course, is $500, and that should be your third card in the group. So let's load up the machine and play the small O game. Good one right off the bat. G60, G60, G60. Then we got an N43, N43. And another N, this time 32. N32. I-30, I-30. It's on this date in 30 BC. We had an unhappy occurrence with Cleopatra, the pharaoh of Egypt, committing suicide. Yep, supposedly bitten by a snake. We doubt that happened, actually. At any rate, Cleopatra died this date, 30 BC. For those of you interested in Egyptian history and Greek history. G59 is our next number, G59. And G53, G53. So on this date of 1953, the late Hulk Hogan was born. A very controversial fellow for his position in politics, but very entertaining wrestler. Yeah, Hulk Hogan, born this date, 1953. I-22 is our next number, I-22. And an N38. N38. Then we have the smallest number possible in this particular game, I-16. I-16. N44, N44, and G48, G48. N31, N31, and an I-25, I-25. G50, G50, G50. And an I-24, I-24. If you didn't like I-24, how about I-27? I-27. And an N37. N37. N42, N42. I-28, I-28. And a G49, G49. Got a phone call coming in. Let's see if we got a winner. I'd like that. looking for something to do late tonight, the Perseid meteor shower is on. It's not going to appear until quite late, probably not until 2 or 3 in the morning. But if you're interested in meteor showers, tonight should be a good night. Okay, we do have a winner, and the winner is on I-28. I-28. Down, you little devil, down. There we go. Okay, so we played the L game, the I game, and the O game. It must be time now for the N game. The N game is played in the white bingo card. It's everything under the B and everything under the O on the diagonal through the free space, meaning N's don't count in this particular game. Prize board, of course, is $500, and that's the 4th card in your group. So let's load up machine and play the N game. Here we go. So we're now off like a herd of turtles. Here we go. First number up is I-26. I-26. And one less than 26 is I-25. I-25. And a B number 6. B number 6. I-21. I-21. G51. G51. A guy by the name of Isaac Singer received a patent for a sewing machine. This date in 1851. That's how long Singer sewing machines have been around, since 1851. Just thought I'd tell you that. Got another G for you. This time, good old G47. G47. Another G, this time 52, G52. We got another G for you. Yep, this one, the small one, G46, G46. Well, and the small one, how about the big one? G60. G60. It's on this date in 1960 that Echo 1 was launched, the first communication satellite, and it's been preceded by a whole bunch of others, so we can have cell phones and all that sort of stuff. But 1960, the first satellite for communications, this date, 1960. There you go. Another G, believe it or not, G50 this time, G50. Look at all those G's in a row, holy sugar. Well, finally, a change of pace here. We've got an O for you. O62. O62. B13, B13. And an I-19, I-19. B number 3, B number 3. Did you know the human babies have roughly 300 bones in their body. And when they get older, they fuse together, so they end up with almost 100 less. Yeah, the babies start off with 300 bones in their body. Amazing, amazing. How about the biggest number in all of bingo? Oh, 75. Oh, 75. And an O68. O68. O71. O71. And B number 2, B number 2. And B12, good old B12. B number 5, B number 5. Here's your favorite I-22 again. I-22. And an I-24. I-24. O67. O67. And a G57. G57. O66. O66. And a G59, G59. And a G49, G49. How about 070, 070, 070. I-17, I-17. B number 9, B number 9. How about the smallest number in all of bingo? B number 1, B number 1. Oh, 69. Oh, 69. And another O, this time 72. Oh, 72. B number 10. B number 10. And an I-29. I-29. Got a phone call coming in. Let's see if we got a winner. Yep. Did you know that today is International Son and Daughter Day? International Son and Daughter Day. For those of us who have sons and daughters. We have a winner. Gosh darn, we've got a winner. And the winning number is B10. It's kind of what I thought. Okie dokie, we're going to skip the next little commercial and go straight into the next game, which is a full card game. It's the last card in your group. Fill in all the numbers. Got to have them all cleared in there. 24 to be exact is all you require to have a winning number. Prize board is $3,500. So let's load up machine, and hopefully you will be the $3,500 winner. Let's load up machine. Here we go. And we are once again off like a herd of turtles. First number up is I-24. I-24. Followed by an O-73. O-73. And an N40. 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 B number 4, B number 4. Did you know that South Koreans are on average, adults, are 4 inches taller than North Koreans? There you go. Just I'd like to know that. I'd like to know who studies these things. Amazing. At any rate, after B4, we've got B number 9. B number 9. And another B, this time 11. B11. And gosh darn, even another B. This time B number 8. B number 8. O-75 is next. O-75. Another O, this time 61, the small one, O 61. Another O, this time 72, O 72. And a B12, good old B12. I-23 is our next number, I-23. And an N41, N41. How about another B, just a little guy, B number 2, B number 2. G54, G54. And an N37, N37. Stay in the N column, because here's another one. This time the cute N33. N33. And then an N44. N44. B14 is our next number, B14. Oh, 74, oh, 74. Oh, 65, oh, 65. And a G52, G52. Oh, 71, oh, 71. And a G48, G48. I-28, I-28. G60, G60, G60. And after that, we got another G, and this time it's just 50. G50. And after G50, what comes next? Well, of course, G51. G51. I-25, I-25. And then a G53, G53, G53. B number 6, B number 6. And an O64, O64. B number 5, B number 5. And an I-22, I-22. Got another I for you, this time 29, I-29. And the ever-popular B13 is next. B13. B number 10. B number 10. And an O67, O67. N35, N35. And an O68, O68. Followed by an N43, N43. O62 is our next number, O62. And an N39, N39. And then N38, N38. I-18, I-18. And an N31, N31. Got another N, this time 36. N36. And another N, this time 32. N32. G57, G57. And B number 3, B number 3. I-30, I-30, I-30. And an N42, N42. Another N, this time the big one, N45, N45. And an I-21, I-21. And then the smallest number in all of bingo is next, B number 1, B number 1. G46 is next, G46. We've got a phone call coming in, so I'll hold on to this one. We won't declare it yet. Okay. Those of you interested in French history, by the way, 1792, the storming of the Tuileries on this date meant the end of the French monarchy. For those of you who study French history, very fascinating, the French Revolution. More peasants were guillotined than actually noblemen, which is interesting in itself. We got a winner. We've got a winner on G46. That's good stuff. Okie dokie. Well, we can tell you some of the winners, not all of them, but we can tell you some of the winners so far this week. And they include the L game winner, Kathy Lavelle, purchased hers at Mom's Variety in Brantford. iGame winner, we got several. Ellison Newhouser purchased his at A&J Variety in Brantford, along with Paulette Demers, who purchased hers at Most Convenient in Waterloo. Marina Tososo, oh, what a lovely name, purchased hers at Willow Smoke and Giff in Guelph, along with Colleen Zinger, who purchased hers at Nunzizi in Kitchener. More iGame winners, Logan Lockhart purchased his at Green Valley in Guelph, along with Sandra Easton, who purchased hers at Hasty Mart in Kitchener. O-Game winner, just two. Gerald Conrad was one winner, purchased his at Heritage Pharmacy in Kitchener, along with Linda Elder, who purchased hers at Joe's Variety in Stratford. Now, we don't have the end-game winners, but hopefully we'll have them shortly, and we can do them next week. So from all of us here at the studio and Lions Club members all around the world, wish you all the very best. We'll see you next week. Good night now.
This is Rogers TV.
We'll have a house party. We don't need nobody wasting time. Oh, I'm wasting time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
Let's go!
I'm taking her home with me.
This is Rogers TV.
Entertainment. As Southwestern Ontario's largest film, television, and digital media studio, we illuminate extraordinary stories, sharing them with the world.
I think it's just important to be an artistic leader in my town. I think it's important to the kids who I know are writing better songs than me right now.
So it's about music bridging communities
Yes.
and making communities a better quality of life.
Yes.
So what did your parents think when you were going, hey, I just did an open mic night at Lee's Palace? Or
Oh, I was not telling them that I was doing that in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I'm really happy to have Dana Manning here at the Stratford Slice today. Juno-nominated singer, songwriter, Stratford proud musical contributor, and your father taught me music in high school.
He did? That's fantastic.
And my brother.
What did you play?
I played saxophone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
And we traveled all over the place with the stage band and had a great time. My brother, Jeff, played trumpet. He went on professionally into the music industry. He just finished playing with the Quebec Symphony Orchestra many years, but he owes his inspiration to people like your father.
Well, my father is pretty inspiring. So that's a great story. I will relay that back to him. Yeah.
Now, I saw him, he was performing quite recently with you. Tell me what was that performance? I saw him performing in Stratford. Was that with another group that he was doing? He was
I cannot keep track. My father plays with so many different bands. He plays with Ebbie-Town Brass in Waterloo.
That's right, yeah.
He Full House Brass he has with 5 other female players.
Yeah.
He does all kinds of different moonlighting. He just recently played with Ethan Mack's band.
That's where I saw it. Yeah, that was the
At the
event.
museum.
At the museum, yeah.
Yeah, he played for Sean Blaine's kind of debut performance. He did a duet of a Bruce Springsteen song with him that he worked so hard on. My father practices trumpet at least an hour a day, and for my whole life. So it's kind of the soundtrack of my life.
So tell me about growing up in this musical household and how it just obviously came naturally to you. Tell me about your first experiences with music as a child?
Well, I don't remember, but my father said my first kind of time I sang was singing to a Sesame Street Christmas movie in front of the television that like, keep Christmas with you all through the year, something along those lines. And he saw me like kind of watching the television and starting to sing. I grew up with my parents in the Stratford Concert Band. So every Wednesday was spent at Upper Queen's Park with a babysitter, or then finally the playground was my babysitter. And then we would join my parents after. My singing career started with Earl Clark over at St. Andrews. He just picked me out of the junior choir as someone who could sing, and I would sing the solos. And I was about 7, probably the first time I ever sang in church by myself. And I just thought it was something you're supposed to do because I always saw my dad playing the trumpet. I always saw my mother playing the clarinet. It just felt like something very naturally. And I did Suzuki piano as a kid. So a lot of ear training. You fall asleep to a tape, and then you kind of can recall these melodies
in your dreams.
You really do.
Yeah.
And it really came in handy because I could be walking kind of downtown from my house near Northwestern and write a song on my way and kind of know what chords went under it by the time I was a teenager.
When did music become more than fun for you and more of a career path? What was that turning point, do you think, for you?
I started writing songs around 15 or 16. It was challenging learning guitar as a teenager because not a lot of other girls played guitars, and all of the songs were not in my vocal range. So I wanted to sing Tom Petty songs or Neil Young songs, but they weren't in my range. And so I started writing my own songs. And that honestly is the truth. We didn't have access to all the chords for every song like we do on the internet now. I can kind of Google anything and figure out how to play it. You had to have a good ear to figure out cover songs, and it was just easier to write my own songs. I babysat a kid